C. International career. 9. Test career. Following his one-day performance against Sri Lanka, Dhoni replaced Dinesh Karthik in December 2005 as the Indian team's test wicket-keeper. Dhoni scored 30 runs in his debut match, that was marred by rain. Dhoni came to the crease when the team was at 109 fifths and his wickets kept falling in quick succession. He played an aggressive innings in which he was the last man to be dismissed. Dhoni made his maiden half-century in the second test and his quick scoring rate, 50 off 51 balls, helped India set a target of 436, where the Sri Lankans were then bowled out for 247. India toured Pakistan in January to February 2006 and Dhoni scored his maiden century in the second test at Faisalabad. India was struggling, where Dhoni along with Irfan Pathan tried to recover, with the team still needing 107 runs to avoid a follow-on. Dhoni played in his naturally aggressive style as he brought up his maiden test century in 93 balls, after scoring the first 50 in 34 deliveries. Dhoni followed up the century with respectable batting performances over the next 3 matches, one against Pakistan that India lost and 2 against England that had India holding a 1-0 lead. Dhoni was the top scorer in India's first innings in the third test at Wankhede Stadium as his 64 helped India post 279 in reply to England's 400. However, Dhoni and the Indian fielders dropped catches and missed many dismissal chances, including a key stumping opportunity of Andrew Flintoff, 14. Dhoni failed to collect the Harbhajan Singh delivery cleanly as Flintoff went on to make 36 more runs as England set a target of 313 for the home team, a target that India was never in danger of threatening. A batting collapse saw the team being dismissed for 100 and Dhoni scored just 5 runs and faced criticism for his wicket-keeping lapses as well as his shot selection. On the West Indies tour in 2006, Dhoni scored a quick and aggressive 69 in the first test at Antigua. The rest of the series was unremarkable for Dhoni as he scored 99 runs in the remaining 6 innings, but his wicket-keeping skills improved and he finished the series with 13 catches and 4 stumpings. In the Test series in South Africa later that year, Dhoni's scores of 34 and 47 were not sufficient to save the second Test against the Proteas, as India lost the series 2-1, squandering the chance to build on their first ever Test victory in South Africa, achieved in the first Test match. Dhoni's bruised hands ruled him out of the third Test match. On the fourth day of the first Test match at Antigua Recreation Ground, St. John's, Antigua during India's tour of West Indies, 2006, Dhoni's flick off Dave Mohammad to the mid-wicket region was caught by Darren Ganga. As the batsman started to walk back, Captain Dravid declared the innings when the confusion started as the umpires were not certain if the fielders stepped on the ropes and Dhoni stayed for the umpire's verdict. While the replays were inconclusive, the captain of the West Indies side, Brian Lara, wanted Dhoni to walk off based on the fielders' assertion of the catch. The impasse continued for more than 15 minutes and Lara's temper was on display with finger wagging against the umpires and snatching the ball from umpire Asad Rauf. Ultimately, Dhoni walked off and Dravid's declaration was affected but the game was delayed, and Lara's action was criticized by the commentators and former players. Lara was summoned by the match referee to give an explanation of his actions, but he was not fined. Dhoni scored 2 centuries in Sri Lanka's tour of India in 2009, a series of 3 matches in which he led India to a 2-0 victory. With this feat, India soared up to the number 1 position in Test cricket for the first time in history. India scored 726-9, Duckle, in the third match of this series, which was their highest Test total then. He played his last series in the 2014-15 season in India's tour of Australia, captaining India in the second and third Tests, losing the second and drawing the third, trailing the series 2-0 before the Sydney Test. Following the third Test in Melbourne, Dhoni announced his retirement from the format. In his last test, he effected 9 dismissals, 8 catches and a stumping, and in the process, went past Kumar Sangakkara in the record for stumpings with 134, in all 3 formats combined. He also set a record for effecting the most dismissals in a match by an Indian wicket-keeper until it was broken by Riddhiman Saha in 2018. He finished his last innings unbeaten, making 24 runs. 10. Retirement from international cricket. Dhoni announced his retirement from international cricket on the 15th of August 2020. The decision came as a surprise to many fans and cricket experts, as Dhoni had not announced any plans to retire before that. He had not played any international cricket since India's loss in the 2019 Cricket World Cup semi-final. He also had not announced any plans to retire from domestic cricket, and continues to play for the Chennai Super Kings in the Indian Premier League. D. Domestic career. He debuted in first class and List A cricket in the season of 1999-2000. In domestic cricket circuit he played for the teams such as Bihar, Jharkhand, India A, Air India Blue, Indian Board Presidents 11, Rajasthan Cricket Association Presidents 11, East Zone, Rest of India, East Zone Under 19, Chennai Super Kings, Rising Pune Supergiant. In BCCI Corporate Trophy he played for Indian government-owned Air India Airlines' Air India team until his resignation from the company in 2013. In 2009, BCCI Corporate Trophy Dhoni scored 106 runs playing for Air India Blue team against India Revenue team. In the inning he hit 7 sixes and 7 fours at Chandigarh. A. Indian Premier League. Dhoni was contracted by the Chennai Super Kings, CSK, for $1.5 million United States dollars. This made him the most expensive player in the IPL for the first season auctions. Under his captaincy, CSK won the 2010, 2011, 2018, 2021 and the 2023 Indian Premier League titles and the 2010 and 2014 Champions League T20 titles, and ended up as a runner-up in 2008, 2012, 2013, 2015 and 2019 IPL League seasons. MS Dhoni became the first player to play 200 T20 matches for Super Kings. Dhoni is at the top of the list of most matches played in the Indian Premier League. Dhoni is also one of the 3 captains to have won the Indian Premier League twice, with CSK. Dhoni is the only captain in the IPL to win more than 100 matches. He is also the most successful wicket-keeper with 180 dismissals as of IPL 2023. In 2015, the Chennai Super Kings got banned from the IPL for 2 years by RM Lodha from the Committee of Supreme Court of India. They were banned due to the illegal betting of one of their officials, Gurunath Mayappan. He was arrested with charges of spot fixing. According to Dhoni, it was darkest period of his career. He said, "The biggest crime that I can commit is not a murder, it is actually match fixing." In 2016, Rising Pune Supergiant, RPS, a debuting IPL franchise team, made him captain, but after the poor performance of the team in that season they removed Dhoni from the captain's position and chose Steve Smith, then Australian national team captain, for the post. Dhoni played as wicketkeeper batsman in the 2017 season for RPS. In the 2018 IPL season, CSK returned to IPL, and he was again appointed to lead the franchise by the franchise. Dhoni scored 455 runs in that season and led his side to their 3rd IPL title. He led the franchise to the 4th title in 2021 Indian Premier League season. Dhoni got retained by CSK for 12 crore rupees, before IPL 2022 players auction. He stepped down from captaincy on the 24th of March 2022, where Ravindra Jadeja became the new captain. However, on the 30th of April 2022, Jadeja handed over the captaincy back to Dhoni.